Well, it's time to get on the scene. This week, Doreen is chatting it up with Grammy and Tony Award-winning singer and composer and Broadway composer, Duncan Sheik.
This week on The Scene with Doreen, I got to sit down with Grammy and Tony Award-winning singer-songwriter Duncan Sheik. He went from dominating the charts in the 90s to taking over the Broadway stage. Check it out. Your monster hit, Barely Breathing, set the bar very high right out of the gate with a whopping 55 consecutive weeks on the Billboard charts and multiple award nominations. Do you feel that achieving such a big hit right away worked against you as an artist in your career moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a double-edged sword in a lot of ways. I think, the problem with having a pop song on the radio in the 90s was that it was very sort of sticky, is the word I would use.
Good adjective.
I was like literally saying to them, please get the song off the radio. Please get it off the radio.
You're the first person that has probably ever said that.
Again, like I've made peace with that song. But like literally it's a song I wrote like in 20 minutes, like in the driveway of my mom's house in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
It's the bitch of living, bitch, just the bitch. It's what you can, just the bitch, yeah, just the bitch of living, as someone you can't stand.
You decided to make a huge career change and took a leap into the theatrical world by composing the music for the Broadway musical Spring Awakening. It swept the Tonys in 2007. How did it go from creating radio hits to writing the score for one of the most celebrated shows to ever grace a Broadway stage?
My first record did pretty well. My second record did less well. And my third record actually put out a Nonesuch. It was called Phantom Moon. And it was written with Stephen Sater, who is a friend of mine who is, like a poet and writer and a playwright. He's like, why don't you read this play and maybe we can make a musical? It's like, Stephen, I'm like, no offense, mate, but I hate musicals. Gives me this play, Spring Awakening. I had no idea what it was, but it's like one of the most, I guess it's sort of considered the first German expressionist play. So I read the play and I was like, oh yeah, this play is amazing, And then we had a couple of conversations about what we would do with it musically. And I just said, you know what, like, Stephen, I'll do this, but like I am not going to write like typical musical theater music. So if you're okay with me just like writing a bunch of weird like electronic 20th century classical music, folk music, alternative rock music, Radiohead-ish things, then let's do it.
What's the biggest takeaway that you have from all of these different experiences in the music industry?
Sometimes you're going to have a hit song. Sometimes you're not going to have a hit song. If you try to make a hit song, at least in my case, it's not going to work. It's just like you need to write something that is authentic and moving. And weirdly, you need to be selfish. Like, this is like cool to me. Like, maybe nobody else is going to like this, but it's cool to me.
Visit DuncanSheik.com and keep up to date with everything that is Duncan Sheik.
Doreen, thank you so very much.
And if you want to hear the full conversation, you can visit right here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.